Hi guys, Zelp here. Today we're gonna talk about Discord. More specifically, Warframe Discord. So ever since I created my Discord channel, or wait, sorry, it should be called a Discord server. I've been getting questions on like what kind of bots do I use for Warframe, how do I implement it, how do I install it, how does it work, and stuff like that. So today's video is gonna be on pretty much that, and hopefully by the end of the video you could actually make your own Discord server that has the Warframe bots in it. So let's get started. Now first of all, I'm going to tell you that I have only 3 Warframe bots. I have 5 bots right now, but then the other 2 is like, it has nothing to do with Warframe. One is to play music, the other one is basically just for fun and to keep track and to greet people and stuff. So there are actually mainly 3 bots for Warframe that I use, and today we're going to talk about that 3. Okay, so the first one is the one that is tracking the alerts and invasions. Okay, and every time there's a new one pops out, it will announce you at this channel that I created. Okay, and the other bot that I have is it's basically for the invasions. Okay, because this bot, the one that is giving you the alerts, he could do pretty much everything the other bot could. It's just that he could not display invasions like in a panel form. So what do I mean by this is, like, let's say if I want to know what's on the alerts, I could type /alert or alerts, and what you'll see is what's on the panel right now. Okay, so if you go on Warframe, you go to your navigation and you'll see these things on the alerts. But sadly, this bot, the one that is telling you the alerts, does not show you invasions. Okay, so I could type things like invasion. Now this bot doesn't tell you, but the other bot does. So I pretty much have this bot just for this invasion part, and it's also kind of a backup in case this bot fails. Now the bot that I'm using, they are all hosted by somewhere else or someone else, and if they were to go down, the bot will go down with them. And Otis, or later you'll see the real name of the bot, this bot has a pretty frequent downtime. So yeah, just keep that in mind. Oh, by the way, all the information that you get here is for PC only. It doesn't show for Xbox or the PS and stuff. So just so you know, so these 2 are the main things. And also I have an extra one, which is like a list. I named it Darvo. This bot will basically compile the list of items that you submit, that you want to sell or you want to buy, and people could view it by just pressing, like, you have to call on his name. So it's like Davo, and then put items. Okay, and show you the list that's available. So not many people actually have access to this, because I only limit it to the Tennos and those with higher rank. So these are the things inside that they are selling basically. Okay, so let's get started. I'm going to show you like step by step, so that even if you do not understand what I'm talking about, you could still like mimic every single thing I do, and you will still manage to create your Warframe Discord server. Okay, so first thing is you need a new channel. So let's go to your channel, let's give it a name. I don't know, Zelp testing, whatever. Okay, and then so over here, what's this? Someone just PM'd me. Okay, so over where? Oh yeah. So over here, this is the new channel. Okay, Zelp testing, and the first thing you want to do is add the things that you want. Like for example, you kind of want to have a bot chat channel. Okay, the reason for this is because you do not want to have people spamming, as in talking to the bots, and then you see bots spamming back at them, and it'll be like a long list of bots and commands, and you don't want that in your general chat. So you want to have a specific place for those things, and you also want a specific place for your tracking, the alert and invasion. The reason why is because you don't want people coming in. Like for example, my original one, if under my alert and invasion tracking, if people start coming in and say things, it's going to be hard for someone else to come in to look for what they want. Okay, it's gonna go up and you might miss something and stuff like that. So it's better to have it clean only on what is new and stuff. So I believe that you do not want anyone entering or typing anything here, but you want to allow everyone to be able to see it. So that is the tracking part. Okay, so over here we have the tracking, we have the bot chat. Another thing that you want, which I'll also be explaining, is the trader, or I'll just call it a trade, or I'll just call it a market. So the market, okay? So you want these three things. Then the next thing you want to do is to add the bots in. Okay, I have prepared the sites. So the first one, which is the one that is mainly used, and what you want to do is that you're going to click, okay, first of all you want to log in. Okay, once you're logged in, go to the servers, click on server, look for the server that you want to add this bot into. So for this case is the self-testing, so click that. Now I don't really see the point of giving the bot administrator status, so I'm gonna untick that, and then click the server that you want, which is self-testing, and then authorize. Now the moment you click authorize, it will actually appear in your Discord server. So over here, okay, so he is inside, and if you know the commands, which you could find out if you go over here, if you click this document, and it will come out here. Okay, all you have to do is scroll all the way down until you see Warframe, and all these commands are the things that you could use. Okay, so the first thing you need to know is the prefix that it uses. Prefix are things that you use to just before a command to activate it, so that the bot will recognize it and give you a response. Okay, so for this case, the default one is double slash or single slash and double exclamation mark. So you could add, let's say you want to put a question mark as well, you could put something else, but what I find is that you can't really remove it, because even though if you remove it and let's say you replace it with a question mark, at Discord you can still use the double slash and single slash. It's kind of like you can't overwrite the default prefix. So anyways, I'm just gonna leave it as it was. Okay, and then the next thing you want to do is go under permission. Now before I come here, I think I should explain a little bit over here first. Okay, so since the bot is inside, you can actually do whatever you want, as in you could start communicating with the bot and make him do whatever you want. So for example, you could type /alert now, and you will actually get the things that you want. But again, you do not want this to be spam on your general chat, you do not want this to be spam on your tracking or your market. You only want it to be in the bot chat. So what you do is you go back to the website. This part is like a setting, browser kind of setting thing, where whatever you do here, it will affect the bot in your server. So you come to permissions, click edit. Okay, over here, permission notes, look at the documents. Now these notes are the things that that you could do or you could use. Okay, so what you want is you want all of the Warframe.permission notes. Okay, so what you do here is you come back here. Okay, click permission notes, type in Warframe.star. Okay, this basically means that you want to have access to all Warframe.nodes. Okay, and then all channel, all rows, and what you're gonna do is you're gonna deny them from using it. That means no channel could use this specific code or command. Okay, the moment you deny this, what happened is that let me show you. So right here, if I were to type /alert nothing happens. Okay, I could go anywhere, I could come back here, I could type /alert now, nothing happens as well, because none of the channel has access to that command, the Warframe nodes. Okay, and since you only want it to be able to be used in bot chat, the next thing you're gonna do is same thing, but this time you're gonna click bot chat and you're gonna allow. Okay, so nowhere else could be used except for bot chat. So this is basically what it kind of means right now. So let's test it out. Okay, so I'm in a general chat right now. If I type /alert, nothing happened. If I go to the bot chat and if I type /alert, and there you go. So it responds in the bot chat and nowhere else. Okay, so I'm gonna just try it out. Nope, nothing comes out. Okay, next. Yeah. Now, next thing you want to do is that you can play with the commands, and all of the commands are all listed in the document section. So over here, type deals to see Davos daily deals. You could type trader to see when borrow arrives and stuff like that. You have the alerts, of course, the shorty. Now this bot does not give you invasion list, a list of invasion at that moment. But if you could set it to track the alerts, it will also come with invasion. Okay, what do I mean by this is that so let's say over here you realize that it's not just alerts, all these are alerts. You realize that they also come with there you go, it also comes with invasion. Okay, so this is what was up just I think, I don't know, few hours ago. Okay, yeah, so the problem here is that you cannot see invasions, and you want that. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna implement the next bot that has invasion, but I'm not gonna go there just yet. I'm gonna tell you how to install the tracking. Okay, now the tracking is a little bit messy and a little bit special. So if you look at the permission nodes, the tracking is under this part, so enable alert tracking, and the node is different. It's admin.warframe.something. Okay, and it's actually meant for the admins to use. So what you want to do is go back to that setting page over here, and this time instead of just Warframe, you're going to put in admin.warframe.star, right? And where do you want it to be able to use? You only want this to be used on your tracking. Okay, and then click allow. There you go. So nowhere else can be used except for the tracking place, the tracking channel. Where is my Discord? There you go. Okay, the next thing you want to do is you want to type in the command to enable the tracking. Okay, so if you go back to the documents, the command is this one. So alert enable _ channel and the channel name. Okay, so this is what you have to put in. Yeah, come back to Discord. So I'm in tracking, so I'm gonna type /alert enable _ channel and the channel name, so it's tracking. Okay, did I spell it correctly? Yep. And you can see a thumbs up. Okay, this means that they are ready to go. It's already started, that the tracking is already started. The reason why you don't see anything is because there is no new alerts or no new invasion. Okay, if you want to just test it out, you could try using that same command, because remember, we only enable it in this channel. Okay, and over here you can see that it's only allowed in the tracking channel as well, the commands. So if I go to market and if I try to use this, there you go, no thumbs up, nothing. Okay, it doesn't respond. Okay, now what's next? So this should be tracking, and hopefully you're lucky enough before the end of the video you could see, like, I don't know, maybe 1 or 2 new alerts popping up. If you're not lucky enough, you just have to take my word for it. And okay, next part will be if you want to see invasions, right? So obviously, because this bot doesn't has it, so if you type /invasion, nothing happens. So you want to see invasion. Now you're gonna go for the next bot, and the next bot is called Cyaneous. Okay, and this bot, there is a problem, which is he has a really frequent downtime. Why I say this is because I only had this bot like for, I don't know, three days, and it got down for a few hours twice. So it's probably not very reliable, but I kind of use it for backup and just for the invasion list. So that's what I'm pretty much using it for only. So I click invite. So same thing as just now. What you want to do is select the server that you want and authorize. Okay, I'm just gonna click double back so that you come to this page, because this is the page where you have all of the commands that you could use. Okay, and this is kind of pretty much like dedicated for just Warframe. So you realize that a lot of the things that you could do is only for Warframe. Okay, so since I invited and I authorized, he should be at my server. So there you go, he's over here, Cyaneous. And now you could do that /invasion, and it will display what invasion are there. Now the problem with this Cyaneous is that if you were to look at the prefix, there you go, it's over here. It says that the prefix is the same as the one that we use in PvP Craft. Okay, and it's the default one, the one that I say you can't change it. So unfortunately, they have clashing prefixes, and what happens is that if you were to type something like /alerts, okay, both of them will come up. So the Cyaneous will tell you what's on, and the PvP Craft will tell you what's on. Okay, now there's only two, just now there was three, because this one was expiring in 8 seconds, so obviously that has already expired, so that's why there's two. Okay, so yeah, so this is one of a problem, but to me I don't see it as a big problem. I mean, the main reason why you would type this is so that you could see what's you just want the information. It doesn't matter how it's displayed to you, and in fact this way you have a choice. If you find that this is soothing to your eyes, you could use this one, and if you find that this one is easier to look at, then you could just focus on this one instead. I think the Cyaneous one is actually visually better, because the main thing that you want to take a look the moment you go to your panel to look at alerts is the rewards. If the rewards is good, you want to join. If it's not, maybe you're gonna forget it and stuff. So this one, the rewards are highlighted slightly brighter. Okay, so you can see like this one has credits, this one has 10k credits, whereas this one is a little bit dim, and when there is like something plus something else, it may get a little bit confusing when you see it, when you get what I mean. So you could do things like shorty. Okay, so both of them will come up. There is a way to focus on PvP Craft instead of Cyaneous. Since Cyaneous can only respond to one slash, you can actually put, let's say, 2 slashes and go with shorty, and only the PvP Craft will come up. Okay, so that is one way to bypass Cyaneous, but I don't think there's a way to have Cyaneous to bypass PvP Craft. Futures. Obviously, the Cyaneous one is a lot clearer, in my opinion. So this one, okay, the main thing you want to see is the bracket stuff, and also what kind of relic you could use. So this one will be, see, this one is already highlighted the things that you want to find. Like, you know, the moment you look at this, you know that it's a tier 1 extermination, right? So I still find this one easier on the eyes. Okay, so let's go for the last bot that I'm using, which is for marketing basically, or for trading. And for this bot, I use this one, which is called TradeBot. Okay, if you were to go to its website, there is actually not many information provided, and there isn't any like the commands is not given to you here. So what I did was, when you go to the carbonites.net, the place where they showcase all kinds of bots available for Discord, if you go over there and you look for that particular bot, which is the trade bot, the one that I show you over here, and you go to usage, now here they tell you what kind of commands it has. So you could come here and take a look. So it has all these commands. So the first thing you want to do is you want to invite. So again, add bot, run, and select the channel, or select the server that you want to authorize him to enter, and it's done. Okay, so if you go back here, you'll see that the trade bot is inside. Okay, now the next thing you want to do is you want to allow the trade bot to be only active here and nowhere else. Okay, so now for this particular trade bot, I don't see any other way besides going one by one and open them up. Go to permissions, click trade bot, and just don't allow the trade bot to send or see any of your messages. Okay, so just now was tracking, so let's say go to chat bot. So again, bot chat, and deny his access to read or send any message. And also, of course, your general chat, you do not want him to be spamming here as well. So just remove this. Oh shoot, sorry, wrong. This is for everyone. So make sure that you select TradeBot. There you go. Okay, so what will happen now is that he can't send anything. So for example, if I come to bot chat and if I were to type by the way, Elias, his name is the way how the prefix work. So you have to type his whole name, sort of. Because he is not allowed to read or send anything, he does not have access, so he's not even in the channel. So let's test it over here. Yeah, so you have to call on his name, trader, and type. Let's say you want to add something. Let's say you want to add I don't know, Frost Prime for only 100 plat. Okay, enter. Nothing happens because he could see it, but he couldn't reply to it. So let's come over here now, and let's try and see if he got that message. Items. Oh yeah, so he could read what you just sent, so it will be stored into his archive or his list, but then he can't reply to you what he has. So for example, if I were to do this list items, see, he can't reply because he can't send you the information basically. So you can only do it here. So let's just give it a few more examples. Let's say now what I did was that I also included the fact that I have some kind of rules when using this bot. So when you were to add something, you have to put in if you want to buy or if you want to sell. So if you want to buy, you put want to buy, and then you put in things like, I don't know, what's the next thing, Galatine Prime. Okay, for 50 plat. Okay, so he or the person wants to buy this for 50 plat, and he'll respond add it to trade. And what you could do if you want to see is add trade and put in items, and you could see what kind of items is inside. So right now there's two. First is my Frost Prime, the other one is want to buy Galant Prime. Now for the average user, they can't remove this unless it belongs to them. So for example, if this one belongs to you, only you can remove it. If it doesn't belong to you, you can't remove it. And the way of removing it is by typing so you call on his name again, trader, and then you call in remove, and then you type in the offer ID. So like, let's say I want to remove the want to buy Galatine Prime, so the offer ID is 1, so you put remove and type 1. Okay, now for me, because I'm the one that put it up, so I have access to it, so it's removed. So if I were to type if I call on him again, list items, it's removed. There is another thing, is that the owner of the site, of the server, has the ability to remove other people's stuff. It's kind of dangerous to allow just anyone to use this, because you can kind of picture it like if everyone has access and everyone starts spamming. So let's say if one person were to put in 10 items, if you have like, I don't know, 30 people in your Discord, then you're gonna have like 300 items in the list. And now there is some cool things that you could do. Like for example, let's say I want to find, let's say there's a lot of things in the list and you want to find items, and then you put frost. Okay, and you'll find the closest thing to this phrase that you put in. So that is how it works. What else? Yeah, so you can imagine if the list becomes really big, and let's say half of the people in your Discord suddenly becomes inactive, then you have a lot of things to clear. So it could be pretty bad if like most of the things in your list does not actually mean anything, because the person that put it in is no longer active. So you kind of want to make sure that only certain people can use it. So what I do is, under market, I will put the people that I believe, let's say the ranked. So I don't know, let's just put in some kind of rank. So only certain people will have this kind of access. So you go to roles. So let's say I put in as a 10. So only people that is a 10 or has the rank 10 could use it. So let's say me, I give myself the rank 10, and there you go. So people in this category could use this specific thing. So over here, you're not gonna let anyone else enter except for the people that is a 10. So he could do this, and everyone else cannot. Okay, and that's pretty much how you could control who gets to use the trade bot. So by the way, my channel, my server, is growing pretty fast, I guess. It's only been like 3 or 4 days since I publicly released this server, and it has already came up to about, I think more than 30 members. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna refresh that invitation and put it at the same place where you guys seen it before. Let me find it. There you go. It's gonna be right over here again. So again, it's at my YouTube channel, and all you have to do is just click this button and you'll get my invite. Yeah. So I guess that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching. I hope this helps. And also don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't. And I'll see you next time. Bye bye.